Hey everybody, Ashley here. Happy 2020. Welcome to my corner here. A little bit of a change of scenery from my normal videos, but I am here to kind of start off the new year with a different blog, okay? So the thing that I'm talking about today is injury healing times and why you shouldn't rush your recovery. A lot of the time I have people come into the clinic and they say, well, you know what? My friend had the same injury and they were back in 3 to 4 weeks. And hey guys, you know what? You're not your friend. Every single person here is different. I'm different from the person next to me. My injury, I've gone through an ACL repair, and for me, my rehabilitation was far longer than a lot of other people. And that's what we have to remember. Not everybody's built equally. Not everybody's built the same. Everybody has different habits, stressors, everything like that. So you can't expect to always be the person next to you. Have you ever been the person who's tried, say, that quick fix, whether you want to look for like icy hot over the shelf or you're taking ibuprofen, or say something even like one of those infomercial braces or a copper band? All right, do those things typically work? We have a lot of misinformation out there, whether it be via Google, via searches that you see, or these people who claim to know what they're doing in regards to injury prevention and recovery. Yes, there are great people out there. However, like I said, there's so much information that isn't correct. So when it comes to injury rehab, okay, or tissue rehab, what you have to realize, as I already said, everybody's different, but these things can take longer to heal depending on the grade of injury. If you have a sprain or a strain that's pretty severe, okay, say it's rated like a grade 3, it's going to take you probably longer than that person who has that grade 1 strain or sprain. The higher the grade, typically the longer the recovery. That's kind of your rule of thumb. The worse the bone break, the longer the recovery. May it happen a little bit differently? It always can, but as I said, every single person's different. So if we go back to that scenario, or if we go to the scenario where, say, you get injured, you go ahead, you rest for a little bit, you feel great, you go back out on the field, you go and lift a weight, you go and rake the yard, and you start feeling that pain again. Does anybody have any ideas why? Well, I sure do, and a lot of us PTs do. And the reason being is that when you rest for 2 weeks, what happens to your tissues, okay? It's basically as if you've been doing nothing. Do they weaken? Maybe a little bit, but what happens is they are unable to tolerate the stress after rest for 2 full weeks. And that's why I don't necessarily like the term rest is best for an injury. We need to put some stress upon those tissues, okay? And tissues need to become strong enough to tolerate the load that's going to happen with your return to activity. And that's where kind of this graded exercise prescription, not necessarily the exercises that you find online with 3 sets of 10 repetition frequency, may not help you get to be where you want to be. So in regards to this, the big thing is that you need to remember healing takes time. Look at that chart that I posted. Look at the variability of the times for injury recovery, okay? For, say, an ACL or, say, a ligament repair of the knee or even the elbow or the shoulder, what you see in that chart is that it says 6 months to 2+ years. I want everybody to know not everybody's the same. If it takes you a little bit longer, don't get down on yourself because you're probably going to be stronger than you were beforehand. The other things I want you to think about injury rehab are things such as your daily habits. How much are you sleeping on a daily basis? What's your nutrition like? What are your life stresses like? Okay, because all of those will play a big part into recovery. There's a little bit of information about that in there. It may be something that I expand upon in the coming weeks, but think about that. We need a healthy diet to get better. We need at least 8 hours of sleep for our tissues to say, hey, you know what? I do want to get better. I want to regenerate. And night times when our body's healing processes kick off because we're at rest. We're not using and we're not stressing ourselves that much. All right, guys, if you're having problems kind of getting to where you want to be, or say you have these injuries that are showing up every once in a while, give us a call because our goal is to get you back to being where you want to be and get you stronger than before and prevent the injuries. That's what you should be looking for when it comes to injury recovery, not just this intermittent recovery, okay? And yes, for some injuries, we're going to see intermittent recovery, okay? We can't help everybody heal to 100%, but the goal is to help these kind of things that pop up from time to time not happen as often. All right, if you have any questions, give us a shout. Happy 2020. I'll be back in a few weeks with another post. Thanks, guys.